Hello everybody and welcome back to Dead Rising 2. We are just about to give Katie her Zombrex dose. It is fast approaching 7 a.m. I have also changed my outfit to make things a little more difficult because when I wear the ninja suit it makes it so that I am invisible to zombies. They don't see me and that's why they don't chase after me, so I figured putting on a different outfit might be a little bit more challenging and kind of brings it to the level that everyone else is probably at if they're playing. There's a ton of different clothes you can change into in the game as well, which I'll switch clothes from time to time, just because there are some pretty funny combinations.
Hey, honey. I told you I'd get some Zombrex.
See, that wasn't so bad, Dad.
You sure are Daddy's girl.
Look, Dad, I got a new power in Mega Man.
So we have officially completed our first case file. These are the storyline things, and that'll help us get to the end of the game and to get the best ending possible.
It is clear that the outbreak started in the Fortune City Arena during last night's Terror is Reality show. Information received from a behind-the-scenes source reveals that this outbreak was not an accident, but rather an act of terrorism. This shocking footage was obtained from a source inside the Fortune City Arena, the site of the Terror is Reality game show. It may be upsetting to some viewers. Initial reports suggest that the man in the video is former motocross champion Chuck Green.
What?
Green, a member of the zombie rights protest group Cure, was a contestant in tonight's pay-per-view game show. Acquaintances describe Green as a known drifter who is still angry over his wife's death in the Vegas outbreak. This horrible act of terror appears to be an escalation of violence for the protest group. This is Rebecca Chang, reporting live from the Fortune City Hotel in the heart of Fortune City.
What? That's complete bullshit. That was not me.
Did you have something to do with this?
No way, not in your life. My daughter and I barely get out of that arena alive. What possible reason would I have to do something like that?
Why are they saying you're part of Cure?
I went to one meeting, once. After I lost my wife. Look, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I'm being set up.
I think I know why. It's not the first time members of Cure have been falsely accused of being involved with an outbreak. We were in town protesting that awful show you were on.
Do you believe me?
I don't know what to believe. But you sure don't seem like a terrorist. And I know we weren't involved.
Look, we have 3 days before the military rolls in. That's how much time I have to prove I'm innocent. The reporter, the one at the hotel. The tape she had, it's a complete fake. She said she had a source. Whoever that is must know more. I need to find out where she got it.
She said she was in the hotel. I'll keep an eye on your daughter. I won't say anything to her. I don't want her to worry.
Oh great, that is the last thing we need. So now we've been blamed for the zombie outbreak, and we need to clear our name. Obviously we've been framed, we had absolutely nothing to do with it. But people in and around Fortune City are not going to think the same thing. By the way, Katie, how do you like your present? What other dad do you know would ever bring their kid a live freaking tiger? Well, not any that I can think of, because it's probably a horrible idea, but fortunately Snowflake is tamed. It'll keep Katie safe if anything else fails. And we need to get our butts out back to the mall, and we need to find the reporter in the hotel. you know, since time is a ticking away here, I'm going to pick up a few items along the way, because we're going to now be able to make combo weapons. We're also now going to start getting messages on our walkie-talkie. So these are going to be our missions. These are going to lead us to survivors around the city, and it's also going to lead us to our case files. So we're now able to pick up survivors, and the looters have set up a shop in the Platinum Strip. It's one of the locations you can get Zombrex. Unfortunately, it is also very expensive to buy it, so it's a lot better just to get them for free if you can. So in maintenance rooms found around the city, you can create combo weapons. You combine 2 items to create a stronger weapon or a special weapon. These usually do more damage, some of them last longer, and they're just generally a lot more fun to use than a regular baseball bat. Because in this case, we've combined nails and a baseball bat to create a nail bat, which is far more effective and a lot more fun to use. The next thing I'm going to grab, if I can find one, is a sledgehammer. I also grabbed the axe from the safe house, and I'm going to make one of my favorite combo weapons. You also get this cutscene every single time Chuck makes an item, regardless of how many times you've made the item, so I'll be skipping those from now on. And this weapon is called the Defiler, so it is a sledgehammer and an axe taped together with a lot of duct tape. At this point in the game, you probably will not be able to make a Defiler. In order to make any of the combo weapons, you need the combo cards for them. And you can get combo cards various ways, either by finding them, usually by rescuing survivors, and there's a couple that you can buy. So you can see here that these are all of the weapons that I'm able to make. Some of them get you bonuses. You get more PP for killing zombies, which will allow you to level up faster. I don't have them all, but I do have most of them, and I will point out to everybody where you can get these if by chance we miss it, because if a survivor's already given me a combo card, it's not going to give me it again, whereas it normally would. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually go back to the Yucatan. I'm going to ignore Lashandra. She's a survivor, but she's going to be there for quite some time, and she's actually fending off zombies quite nicely. The reason I want to go back to the Yucatan is because there's a survivor that I forgot to pick up the first time when we fought Snowflake and Ted. And now that I have given Katie her first dose of Zombrex, I should also be able to get that free Zombrex. And I'd rather just collect Zombrex sooner than later, because we actually need them for more than Katie. There are actually some survivors around the city that we need to give Zombrex to as well, in order for them to follow us to the safe house. And for now, I think just going through the Slot Ranch Casino is the best way to go about this. We're just going to go back the way that we went the first time. And then we're going to head straight to the arena to meet up with the reporter. So keep in mind, of course, that you don't have to do things in the order that I'm doing them. If you want to pick up Lashandra, that survivor I had left behind earlier, as soon as you see her, then that's completely fine. It does take a lot of strategy in order to get all of these survivors and to do all the case files and everything in between, so this is just going to serve as a guideline. If there's a survivor or two that you can't get to, then it's probably not the end of the world. Most people don't get to level 50 by the time they finish the game in the first playthrough anyways, and it usually takes a second or third playthrough to get everything that you really want to get done in this game. Now, hopefully after coming here, again, I won't have to come back for a little while, because it is kind of out of the way. Not terribly so, but I want to save as much time as possible, so I am going to grab the Zombrex first. It should have spawned here now. And as you can see, it's in that bowl like I was saying. I'm not crazy.
School.
So free Zombrex for us. That will do for Katie's next dosage. We don't have to worry about that. So that's one less thing that we have to worry about. We've taken care of that. Now, what I need to find is the reception desk, because we need to get all of these slot machines turned on. I'm not looking for the cashier. I'm looking for another desk. Of course, the layouts of these places are all pretty self-explanatory once you get the feel for it, but sometimes you gotta kind of walk around a little bit to find out where it is you want to go. Like I'm having to do now. But they're usually completely circular, so it's easy to find things. This is where I wanted to go, because the guy in the cutscene where we had fought Ted and Snowflake, he had ran off before Snowflake had a chance to eat him. So after you defeat or take Snowflake away by recruiting her or killing her, you can come in and talk to Lenny. Now what Lenny's going to do is show you where the switch is to turn on all of these slot machines. And then of course once that is done, he'll join you as a survivor. And of course, just like with Ted and Snowflake, he is a hidden survivor. So you might miss him. He's very, very easy to miss. He's a little slow. Because I'm level 50, I run super fast, and I usually run way faster than everyone else runs in this game, so if I'm trying to get people to follow me, or I'm trying to follow someone for a quest, sometimes I'm kind of just standing around doing a whole lot of nothing. But if we turn on the slot machines, I can come back here to gamble if I so desire. Because this is actually the only casino where the slot machines aren't already on, for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and boot that up. Perfect. And now we're going to convince him to come with us. And everyone lived happily ever after. So now the next objective is to go and talk to the reporter. I'm gonna go back to the strip. And then we're gonna go ahead and do that. There's gonna be a ton of other survivors to pick up, and I do plan on taking a couple back with me to the safe house, but I like to take as few trips back to the safe house as possible, and if you can avoid running in and out, and taking as many people with you as you can at once, it saves a lot of time. So I gotta wait for Lenny to get close enough. He's a little slow. There we go. Alright, Lenny, let's haul ass. We need to get a move on. Over by the Yucatan, there is a SUV parked in this little mini casino here. Now this costs $6 million to buy, and you can buy it from one of the pawn shops. Now I actually have the key for it. I purchased it a couple of playthroughs ago, but I'm not going to use it right now. I am probably going to be using it later on just to save a little bit of time, but for now I just want to kind of ease into the game. I don't want to get too crazy, don't want to start breaking the game too much. But if you do buy a vehicle or you buy clothing or anything like that, those things also carry on to other playthroughs. So you'd only have to spend that 6 million gold to get the keys to that SUV once, which makes all your other playthroughs a lot easier. Which is one of the things I really like about this game, is it gives you so much to do that it's really hard to do it all in one playthrough. And so you find different ways to do different things the more you play the game. Now luckily the hotel is really, really close to the plaza, as you can see there. I usually try to take care of case files as quickly as I can so that I don't have to worry about the story. And after the case file has been completed, then I generally have a bunch of free time to round up survivors and, you know, do anything else that I may have missed.
You need to pay attention out here, buddy.
Thanks.
Rebecca Chang, Channel 6 Action News.
Chuck Green.
Are you serious? From the security video. I thought you'd be long gone by now. Since you're sticking around, care to answer a few questions?
I'm not your story lady. I didn't have anything to do with the outbreak.
Right, sure you didn't. And that tape showing you tampering with the cages was...
A fake. I had nothing to do with this. My daughter and I barely got out of there alive. I need to know where you got that tape from, and who your source is.
Reporters don't reveal their sources, Chuck. That's privileged information.
Privileged my ass. That wasn't me on the tape. I'm being set up.
Why should I believe you?
You don't have to. But you want the big story, right? Help me out and I'll give you an interview.
With the prime suspect. It has to be an exclusive.
Sure. Doesn't matter to me.
I can't tell you my source, but there is a central security room. There'll be footage of everything that happened there. I can show you where it is.
Well, that's a start at least. Aren't we gonna need your crew?
They ran off with all the equipment. I guess they just didn't want it bad enough.
Alright, so we found Rebecca, and now we need to go to the security office. All of the women in this game just come on to me way too easy. It's a little creepy, but anyways, next time we are going to go to the security room and we're going to get one step closer to hopefully clearing our name. So thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you next time.